Good morning, students. So now today we are going to start another one chapter, that is a friction. Okay, so a little bit you already studied about the friction in the previous chapter. That friction is very important for all of us to stop the thing. Because of the friction we all are able to walk. Because of the friction the running things can stop. Okay, so you have seen a lot of times that where this friction is important for all of us, and sometimes this friction also becomes a problem for all of us. Okay, so in this chapter we are going to discuss about that, the friction important and friction as a foe and a friend. Basically how the friction is useful for all of us and how it is harmful for all of us. So let's start the chapter. Now, friction. You might have seen a driver of a car or a truck slowing down the vehicle at a traffic signal. You too slow down your bicycle whenever needed by apply brakes. Have you ever thought why a vehicle slows down when brakes are applied? Not only vehicles, any object moving over the surface of another object slows down when no external force is applied on it. Finally, it stops. Have you seen a moving ball on the ground stopping after some time? Why do we slip when we step on a banana peel? Why is it difficult to walk on a smooth and a wet floor? The answer is that because you know that the friction is giving us a grip to walk. Okay, so you know that when we are walking on the banana peel, that time we loses our friction, and because of that we slips down. Same when we are walking on the wet floor, that time on a smooth floor the friction is very less. Okay, and in a rough surface the friction is more. So whenever we are walking on the tiles or in the web, smooth surface, that time the friction is very less and we easily lose our balance. Okay, the friction is very important for all of us to manage all this kind of things, and friction basically work when two surfaces are coming in contact of each other. Okay, so now here you can see a beautiful picture. Okay, you see that what the person has done, this boy has eaten the banana, and see that he throw the peel of the banana on the ground, and the another one boy slips down because of him. Okay, because he loses his balance. Same in the activity 12.1, you can see that what the person is doing. The person is trying to push the book on the another one side, and see that after some time the book stops automatically because of that when no external force is implemented, the force exerted by an object is called the friction. You have seen in this activity. Okay, now, you saw that if you apply the force along the left, friction act along the right. It means whenever you are implementing a force from one side, the friction is working from the another one side. Okay? For example, if this is a book, you are implementing the force from this side. Now the friction will work from this side. Okay? Same if you will see, just suppose this is a sliding roll. Okay, I am trying to push the ball into this side, so the friction will apply from the another one side. Okay, so it means the opposite direction of the force. The friction is implementing from the opposite direction of the force. Okay, now what are the factors that are affecting the friction? So there is a lot of frictions are there. Okay, so this is the string, you can see this is the spring balancer, in which you are easily see that spring balance is device used for measuring the force acting on an object. It consists of a coiled spring which is get stretched when a force is applied to it. Stretch of the spring is measured by the pointer moving on a graduated scale. The reading on the scale gives the magnitude of the force. Now come to this activity. See here you can see that what these boys are doing. They are just taking pen and just trying to move this pen from the slider. Okay, clear? Now in which case is the distance covered the minimum? Okay, here you can see rough or the smooth surface. Clear? Why is the distance covered by the pencil cell different every time? Try to reason it. Discuss the result. Does the distance covered dependent upon the nature of the surface on which the cell move? Could the smoothness of the surface of the cell also affect the distance? Yes, definitely. Okay. So there are the two kind of surfaces are there. One is the rough surface, fine, and one is the smooth surface. Okay. So when we are walking on the rough surface applying more friction. Okay, and smooth surface applying low friction. Clear? So when there is no any friction, we can easily slip. Fine. Friction is caused by the irregularities of two surfaces in the contact. Even those surfaces which appears very smooth have a large number of minute irregularities on them. Irregularities on the two surfaces look into one another. When we attempt to move any surface, we have to apply a force to overcome interlocking. On rough surface, there are a large number of irregularities, so the force of the friction is greater in a rough surface is involved. Okay, same. We see that the friction is caused by the interlocking of irregularities in the two surfaces. Now, what is the meaning of it? Okay? Just suppose, as I told you, no surface is a completely smooth surface. Every surface has some little irregularities, or you can say a small grooves. Okay? So, for example, if I will say this is the one surface, so these are the grooves of the another surface, and when the another one is coming on the contact of it, so it is like that. Fine. So it is the irregularities. Okay, it is the irregular surface, and these two surfaces are coming in the contact of each, and they are interlocking. Because of that, they are interlocking, then they are getting the grip. Okay, so in the rough surface it is more, in the smooth surface it is less. Okay, so easily you know that, because in the rough surface we require a lot of friction to overcome of this. Okay, and in the smooth surface there is less irregularities, so less friction is implemented. Okay, so after that we will study tomorrow.